Welcome to another video, guys, and in this one we're going to be talking about the cheapest universities in Canada which can give you the highest return on your investment. So even when you're investing a little bit of the amount, now I'm not saying it's a small amount of money, it's still a big amount, but at the same time it's lower than most of the universities in Canada, and these universities will make sure that you get the return, will make sure that you are on your pathway to PR, and they will make sure that you get a top-notch education. So I'm assured that this video will definitely help you in selecting the right universities if you're on a tight budget, or even if you have an excellent or maybe a little bit less than excellent profile. Both the cases, we're going to cover them. All right, so let's move on to the top universities which offer the programs at a lower cost. So by the way, guys, the cost changes as per the program you go for. For instance, for the MBA, whatever I'm citing over here, the cost will be double. But for areas like engineering, economics, finance, the costs will be very, very similar to what I'm citing over here. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's actually go ahead. We'll sort by country. All right, we'll say top universities by country. By the way, we're on YMGrad.com, and you can go into Canada over here. And now we just added this option below $15,000. So if you actually go ahead, you can convert this $15,000. These are Canadian dollars, by the way. You can convert them into your currency if you want. For instance, if you want to convert 15,000 Canadian dollars to, I don't know, you can convert it in your currency. I'll convert it in mine for now. It's in Indian rupees. That's around 864,000 Indian rupees. So it's definitely less than, you can say 1 million Indian rupees or 10 lakhs. And you'll definitely see a return over here in these universities. In fact, you can go even lower. First, let's start with the lowest amount, below $10,000 also. Okay, so the number one university that I recommend, and this is one of the best universities in the world, guys, because of its reputation, because of its, the location is also pretty good. At the same time, there are plenty of opportunities in tech and business both. So I believe that the best university in this list that you're going to find is definitely the University of British Columbia, and the tuition fee ranges somewhere around $9,000. You can check your chances over here. You can check basically all the things about the university. You can see which schools they have, which campuses they have, what kind of programs they offer, the tuition fee for each of these programs. This is the annual tuition fee again, so you can check all of that, guys. For now, I'm just going to stick to the general ones. All right, and let's just go back to the below $10,000 mark. That's the UBC for you. That's the number one university. The next one that I'll tell you about, and this, it's not a top-notch university worldwide, but it's one of these universities which you can go to if you have a very tight budget, and at the same time you do not have excellent academic credentials. For instance, people who have excellent credentials are they're going for masters, they can get a PhD at this university, funded PhD. All right, so what, the tuition fee over here is around $5,000. I've seen some programs where they offer it for less than $5,000 as well. I think that it's definitely a steal. And by the way, guys, I'm not giving you any universities which are not going to be offering the PGWP. For instance, even if you take a look at the universities that I'm telling you over here, let's say that you're looking in Alberta, and we just saw the University of Lethbridge, right? So all right, I think I misspelled it, Lethbridge, and over here you can see the University of Lethbridge does have a DLI number, and it does offer the postgraduate work permit. So you're safe, you're good to go. I'm offering the universities only over here I'm telling you about, which can offer you a good return on your investment. That's the one thing that I've kept in mind. All right, so let's take a look at some other ones as well. Let's say that we're increasing the range by a little bit. All right, we're saying, okay, $15,000 Canadian dollars, that's the maximum we can do in this video. And the next thing you'll see is again one of the top universities worldwide, McMaster University. Now it's still nowhere close to the University of British Columbia, but at the same time, notice that it is in Ontario. What that means is that it's in an excellent location. So you will always have plenty of opportunities, guys. You will always have plenty of opportunities. So, this is one thing that I wanted to bring out to you. Again, McMaster also needs a higher CGPA. It's around 3.6 out of 4. But at the same time, don't be derailed. It's generally, more lenient than, the University of British Columbia. All right, so that's two universities for you. Then you have University of Montreal, but I will not recommend this one over here, guys. And I'll tell you why. If you're not someone who can speak French very well, then I do not recommend going to Quebec personally. Okay, we do give this university a couple of times, in exceptional cases to some clients, when you go for the profile evaluation university shortlisting service, where we take a look at your profile and give you the universities that are optimal for you. But at the same time, this is only for exceptional cases. In general, I do not recommend it. Okay, so don't look at universities in Quebec in general. Okay, so let's skip that one. We'll actually go on to the University of Calgary, all right? And again, this is in a good location. It's in Alberta, and the tuition fee is also pretty much nominal. It's not, $15,000 itself. It's still definitely lower. And you can see that, the acceptance rate, the average GPA, all these are things that, they're generally lower, and they will accept students even with, a little bit less than top-notch profiles. And I think that this is still a steal. The area, the university's reputation, and apart from that, the work permit and everything that they're giving you for less than $15,000 per annum in tuition, it's still a steal. So this is gonna be the fourth university on my list, guys. I've already told you about the British Columbia, McMaster, Lethbridge, by the way, and University of Calgary. All right. So we've already covered 4 over here. Now just one more to go. And over here, you have a lot of options. See, I'm not talking about all these options. Definitely these are great options, every single one of them. But like I said, stay away from the ones which are in Quebec in particular. And apart from that, even if the university, see, Concordia has an excellent rank, but I would still stay away from Quebec because of the job prospects over there. I would at least need to learn a little bit of French, and apart from that, the education also, it does come in the middle a little bit. So stay away from the ones that are in Quebec. But apart from that, the one university that I want to put special focus on is the York University. I know it's a little bit higher. There are universities in this list which are offering a little bit less. Let's say that the Dalhousie University, it's in Nova Scotia. It's offering 14,300. There's $14,000 over here. There's, I don't know, 13,000 over here. There are universities which are even 11,000 over here, right? But given the ranking and the prospects, let me actually tell you why. It's still in Ontario. It's in Toronto. Okay, and whenever Toronto comes into the picture, the prospects are going to be top notch. So that's why the fifth university that I'm going to be mentioning over here is going to be York University. Again, remember, these are not in ranks. It's not in the form of ranks that, Lethbridge is better than these universities. It's not the case. But I believe Lethbridge is definitely offering a program which is extremely cheap. And you know what? Even if you have a couple of backlogs, and I've had personally a couple of clients who had a couple of backlogs, they still got into Lethbridge. So that's one thing to consider, guys. But apart from that, if you want a decent education, you want a decent area, you want a decent job, then York University is also one of the best options. And I would say this is the fifth university on my list. So these are the 5 universities which offer the cheapest programs in Canada with a great return on investment. You will genuinely be happy at these universities. I'm telling you, the job prospects are great. You will get a pathway to PR. Make sure that you're going for a degree that is 2 years long, by the way. And apart from that, the usual things, same thing. Canada, you always know, it's always offering something new. Different environments, different provinces. So yeah, that's always you're gonna have that option. Either way, I'm gonna leave the link to this page in the description, so you can go ahead, play around with it. Hey, maybe you want to play around with the acceptance rate, maybe with the living expenses, whatever you want. Maybe you want to go ahead, check out the the campuses, the programs, the actual tuition for the programs. You can do everything over here. All right, but the one thing I want to do is I want to make sure that you appreciate the effort that I'm putting into this video and the research that we're putting in. If yes, show me some love, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be very happy to see you over here. Join the family. All right, thank you so much for tuning in today. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.